Donna J. Jodhan presents Ask Donna, a weekly podcast on a plethora of topics and tips. Donna's podcast is split into 4 distinct sub-podcasts. The first week of the month is where Donna hosts her Ask the Bloggers podcast on such topics as overcoming bullies and bullying, tips on entrepreneurship, and protecting oneself from scams and scammers. The second week of the month is where Donna hosts her Ask the Coach podcast. A bit of this, a bit of that from her monthly Did You Know diary. The third week of the month is where Donna hosts her Ask the Homemaker podcast. Tips on everyday hints to help you take advantage of natural remedies and solutions. And the fourth week of the month is where Donna's podcast is all about her product review and a book review. Sit back and enjoy.
Happy 2024, everybody. My name is Donna J. Jodhan, and I am your host for the Ask Donna podcast. Yes, indeed. 2024 is here to stay for a while anyways, and I hope that everybody enjoyed their 2023 holiday season, and I am really looking forward to being with you for another year. And our weekly podcast, thank God, is going to continue. I want to thank all of you who took the time to send me your emails and expressing your thoughts, your suggestions, your comments, and your feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I want to start by thanking my dear friend Victor Gouvier for having supported me over the last little while, or I should say year and a half, my goodness. But now Victor is taking some time off to go off and look after some business for himself, and personally and professionally. And I will continue on with my little brother, Mike Cuccello. Thank you, Mike, for continuing to support me. And Victor did a lot for me. Victor got me started with my show. And I want to thank you, Victor, for all that you've done for me. Okay? So 2024 is here, and it's the first week of January. First podcast for the Ask Donna podcast for the month of January. What can we expect for this month? Week 1, we will continue with our Ask the Blogger podcast. Week 2 would be Ask the Sight Loss Coach. Week 3 would be Ask the Homemaker. And week 4 will be Ask the Reviewer and Ask the Writer. Okay? Right. Let's get down to business here, and let's start off with my sharing tips with you on Ask the Blogger. It's all about dealing with or conquering bullies and bullying. Before we start, let me just mention that please keep your comments, suggestions, feedback, and thoughts coming to me at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com, or you can send to my personal email address at donnajodhan@gmail.com. That's donnajodhan@gmail.com. DONNAJODHAN@gmail.com. Right, let's start again with tips on how to conquer bullies and bullying. All right. Anytime or every time someone is ganged up upon, so that means that you have one person and then you have more than one person starting to gang up on this poor old one person. This is known as bullying. As soon as you have one person being harassed or bothered or pestered by more than one person, this is known as bullying. All right? So any sort of ganging up on another person is viewed as bullying. This is intimidation, and no one should be subjected to intimidation. Speech is free and shared, and if you are ganging up, if you and your colleagues or your friends or whatever are ganging up on this one person, this is bullying. And why are you ganging up on them? Is it because you don't like what they're saying? You don't like what they're doing? Well, that's too bad, because they have as much right as you do to free speech, to free action. As long as this free speech is not hateful, and as long as the action does not impede somebody else, or as long as the action is not harmful. But even at that, if you and your friends believe that someone is engaging in harmful action or harmful speech, it is not your right and it is not your duty to gang up on them. What do you do in this case? If you're a student, you either go to the principal or go to the school authorities or go to the college authorities or the university authorities, or you go to your parents, or you go to the police. It is not your duty and it is not your place to take matters into your own hands, neither you nor your friends. So ganging up on someone because you don't like their speech, you don't like the way they look, you don't like the things they say, is not your duty to gang up on anybody. This is bullying, okay? Next, for my next segment, entrepreneurial tips. So let's talk about entrepreneurial tips. And I think that you can hear my poor old clock in the background. For today, I've put my clock out in the dining room, but I can still hear it banging away. I apologize. And for this week, my entrepreneurial tip is this. Can moms be entrepreneurs? Of course they can. Anybody can be an entrepreneur. And moms can, as long as they have a great idea, as long as their tips are ones that they enjoy engaging in, as long as these entrepreneurial ideas bring entrepreneurial initiatives, it is an entrepreneurship from mom. So in answer to the question, can moms be entrepreneurs? Of course they can. And types of entrepreneurial initiatives that moms could engage in could be anything. It is limitless. It is indeed limitless. They can engage in entrepreneurial initiatives from the home, from anywhere practically. They don't need a base, or they don't need anywhere in particular to start their entrepreneurial tips. Okay? This is what it's all about. Okay. So I say, can moms be entrepreneurs? Why not? They are great examples to their kids and to everyone else. They can be very innovative. Okay? Next segment for this week. Tips on scams and scammers. if you receive an email telling you that your domain name is in violation, take it with a grain of salt. Delete the email. Have nothing to do with this email. The only time, well, I should say this. When you set up a domain name, you will know real quick if it is in violation, because when you apply for a domain name, .com, .ca, .us, .anything, the company that you are applying to will tell you right away. So if you get an email from someone saying, oh my gosh, you are in violation, ignore it, delete it, have nothing to do with it. But you need to make sure to do your own investigation. Do not respond to this email. Only respond to the company where you set up your domain. Okay? If you don't have the resources to continue with this, ask around. Don't do it on your own. Okay? Finally, my thought for today. Touchscreen interaction. Nice technology. And it can be done by someone with sight, someone who does not have dexterity problems, someone who's confident enough to engage with a screen. But for a blind or vision impaired person, for someone with dexterity problems, for one who is technically shy, it is not a solution. Touchscreen technology, I really have problems with it as someone who is blind. There you have it for today, folks. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you to my little brother, Mike Chicello, for continuing to produce for me. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the week, and we will see you next week. Take care.
That's it for this week. Donna hopes that you enjoyed her podcast today. She thanks you for having taken the time to tune in and looks forward to being with you next week. Send your thoughts and feedback to Donna at AskDonna on linelife@gmail.com.